A city dressed in white and gold. As the sun rose over Rome, it bathed the city in soft golden light. The old buildings seemed to glow, as if Rome itself was waking up to something special. But today, the golden shimmer in the air felt different. It carried a sense of history, tradition, and an unforgettable moment about to happen. This was the day Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, the kind and humble Archbishop from Manila, would become Pope Luis I. His journey from the Philippines to the center of the Catholic Church had been one of deep faith and commitment. It was a day that felt meant to be, a day the world would never forget. Colorful flags waved gently in the breeze, each one telling a story of unity and hope. They came from all corners of the world, showing how people of different backgrounds had come together. But the most striking color was white, seen in every decoration and banner. It symbolized peace, purity, and a fresh start. The Vatican, wrapped in white and gold, looked more majestic than ever. It stood proud and peaceful, ready to welcome its new leader, the spiritual guide for over 1.3 billion people around the world. The world gathers in hope and faith. Every detail had been carefully planned, making sure everything was just right. You could feel the excitement in the air. In St. Peter's Square, a massive crowd had gathered, people of all ages and backgrounds, their eyes fixed on history unfolding before them. Many had traveled long distances, some taking days just to be there. Their presence was proof of their deep faith and devotion. They came from every part of the world, each person bringing their own hopes, prayers, and dreams. On their faces, you could see joy, respect, and a sense of wonder. This was more than just a ceremony. It was a powerful moment of connection, something they would remember forever and one day share with their grandchildren. It was a moment that brought people together, no matter where they came from. A new chapter in the Church was beginning, a wave of joy around the world. In Rome, the announcement sparked a wave of cheers. Church bells rang out across the city, their joyful sound filling the air. Far away in the Philippines, the news set off celebrations like no other. From the busy streets of Manila to quiet mountain villages and rice fields, Filipinos rejoiced. They sang, they danced, and many cried happy tears. For the first time in history, someone from their own country had become Pope. This wasn't just Cardinal Tagle's moment. It belonged to every Filipino. It was a proud, unforgettable victory for a nation whose faith had finally been seen on the world stage. A message that echoed around the world. The news didn't just stir hearts in Rome or the Philippines, it reached every corner of the globe. From the bustling cities of the Americas to the villages of Africa, from Europe to Asia, Catholics everywhere watched the moment with hopeful eyes. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, known for his kindness, intelligence, and deep concern for justice, had been chosen as the new pope. His election signaled the beginning of a new chapter for the Catholic Church. A major turning point in church history. Experts in faith and church history quickly recognized the importance of this moment. "This is truly historic," said Father Thomas Rhee, a Jesuit priest who studies the Vatican closely. Choosing Cardinal Tagle shows how the Catholic Church is recognizing the growing influence of the global South. Dr. Maria Clara Bernal, a church historian from the Philippines, shared a similar view. "This papacy is rich with meaning," she said. "It shows how the Church is becoming more inclusive and more global than ever before." Their words touched people everywhere. For the first time in 2,000 years, the Pope came from Asia. That alone sent a strong message. The Church belongs to all people, not just one part of the world. The voice of the global South rises. This wasn't just a proud moment for the Philippines, it was a shift in direction for the entire Church. For centuries, popes had come from Europe. Now, a pope from the global South, home to millions of devoted Catholics, was finally at the helm. Many hoped this change would bring greater attention to the issues that matter most to people in developing countries: fighting poverty, standing up for justice, and protecting the planet. Pope Luis I was already known for his warm heart and his care for the poor. Now, as the Church's leader, many believed he would shine a light on the struggles of those often unheard and bring hope where it was most needed. A sea of people, united by faith. As Cardinal Tagle stepped onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, a hush fell over the massive crowd. You could feel the energy in the air. Everyone was holding their breath, waiting for this incredible moment. He stood quietly, dressed in simple white, his face calm and kind. There was something deeply peaceful about him, something that gave comfort and hope to everyone watching. Before him stretched a sea of people, thousands of faces from all over the world, all brought together by faith. Each person had their own story, their own journey, but now they stood together in one sacred moment. Then, suddenly, the silence broke into a wave of cheers. The crowd exploded with joy so powerful it echoed off the ancient walls of the basilica. People shouted, "Viva il Papa! Long live the Pope!" Flags waved in the air, tears ran down cheeks, and strangers hugged each other like old friends. It was a moment filled with love, unity, and history. The world watched in awe. TV networks everywhere stopped their usual shows to share this live moment. On social media, millions posted their excitement, their hopes, and their prayers for the new pope. In that moment, it felt like time stood still. Borders, languages, and differences didn't matter. All that mattered was this shared feeling of faith and joy, a rare, beautiful moment that brought the world together as one. Ancient traditions, everlasting meaning. Inside the magnificent St. Peter's Basilica, a powerful ceremony unfolded, one that blended centuries of tradition with the hopes of today. Under the breathtaking dome designed by Michelangelo, Cardinal Tagle knelt before the altar, ready to take on a role that carried the prayers and faith of billions. The moment was filled with deep meaning. First, the fisherman's ring, a powerful symbol that connects each pope to St. Peter, the Church's very first leader, was gently placed on his finger. Then came the papal tiara, a three-layered crown showing the Pope's unique role as a spiritual father, wise teacher, and humble leader. Each step of the ceremony, passed down through generations, reminded the world of the strong bond between the Pope and the people he serves. It was a moment of deep reflection and awe, proof that even in today's fast-changing world, some traditions still have the power to bring people together. With Pope Luis I now guiding the Church, the Catholic faith stood tall, a symbol of unity, stability, and hope for people everywhere. From humble shepherd to global leader, Cardinal Tagle was no longer just the Archbishop of Manila. He was now Pope Luis I, the new leader of the Catholic Church, and the spiritual guide for over 1 billion people around the world. This moment marked a powerful new beginning, not just for him, but for the Church itself. Taking on the title of Pope came with enormous responsibility, but as he stood and faced the crowd, his expression was calm and peaceful. He looked like a man who had found strength within, a quiet confidence that would help him face whatever challenges lay ahead. With a gentle wave, he connected instantly with the people. His eyes were kind, his smile warm. You could see that he wasn't just a leader. He was someone who truly cared. Pope Luis I was known not only for his deep knowledge and thoughtful mind, but also for his compassion and down-to-earth spirit. He was both a scholar and a shepherd, someone who could speak to hearts as well as minds. He understood the struggles facing the Church today, from modern challenges to age-old questions. But he believed in something lasting: the power of faith, of hope, and of love. From that day on, he would walk a path shaped by trust in God and supported by the prayers of millions. His journey wouldn't be easy. No journey of great purpose ever is. But it would be filled with grace and meaningful connections with the people he was called to serve. Every step he took was guided by a mission: to bring the Church closer to the hearts of the people, to lead not just with authority, but with love. A legacy of mercy, a future of hope. Pope Francis, who served before Pope Luis I, left behind more than just a record of leadership. He left a deep and lasting legacy of compassion, humility, and inclusion. He challenged the Church to step outside its comfort zone and become a true servant of the people, especially those who had long been overlooked or forgotten. From the poor and homeless to refugees, the sick, and the marginalized, Pope Francis made it clear that no one should be left behind. His papacy was a reminder that faith is not just about rituals and traditions, but about living the gospel through love and service. Pope Luis I, who now steps into this sacred role, carries with him the spirit of that same mission. Born and raised in the Philippines, a country shaped by both deep faith and deep poverty, he has first-hand experience of what it means to lead with both wisdom and heart. His years of service in Manila were marked by compassion, humility, and a deep connection to everyday people. He walked among the poor, listened to their stories, and spoke openly about the Church's responsibility to care for the least among us. Many see Pope Luis I as a natural successor to Pope Francis, not just in office, but in values. His understanding of global inequality, his call for social justice, and his emphasis on a Church that is open to all make him a beacon of hope for many Catholics around the world. He has spoken of the need for a Church that listens more, includes more, and judges less. His leadership style is gentle yet firm, scholarly yet approachable, and above all, rooted in a deep love for humanity. As the world watches this new chapter unfold, hopes are high. People long for a Church that not only speaks to the soul, but also acts boldly in the face of injustice. Under Pope Luis I, many believe the Church will continue to embrace the spirit of mercy, bridge divides between faiths, and open its arms even wider to those seeking belonging and peace. In a time filled with uncertainty, Pope Luis I offers a future grounded in hope, one where the Church remains a light in the darkness and a source of unity in a fractured world. The world watched with hope and curiosity. What changes would this new Pope bring? What new light would he shine on the Church's mission? No one could predict exactly what the future held. But one thing was clear: the Catholic Church was turning a page, and a new story was beginning. A new chapter begins from the heart of the Vatican. A new chapter in the long story of the Catholic Church has quietly but powerfully begun. With the election of Pope Luis I, the Church enters a fresh era, one marked by renewed hope, unity, and a deep sense of mission. The grandeur of the moment, rooted in centuries of tradition, is more than just ceremonial. It symbolizes a turning point, a bridge between the wisdom of the past and the promise of the future. Pope Luis I steps into the papacy with a spirit grounded in compassion and a heart shaped by his experience in the Philippines. a nation of rich faith and complex challenges. His journey from a humble archbishop to the spiritual leader of over 1 billion Catholics carries with it a message that resonates across cultures and continents. That leadership rooted in humility and guided by service can transform not only the Church, but the world. This moment is not just about one man. It's about the global Catholic community, a vast and diverse family looking for direction in times of uncertainty. Many are longing for a faith that speaks to the realities of modern life while staying true to its spiritual core. With Pope Luis I at the helm, there is a growing sense that this is possible. As he begins his papal mission, all eyes are on the Vatican. What vision will he bring? How will he shape the Church's voice on issues like poverty, climate change, and human dignity? These questions stir both curiosity and hope. Stay connected with Faith Watch for meaningful insights and exclusive stories as this new journey unfolds. A chapter of unity, renewal, and deep faith is just beginning, and the world is invited to be part of it. A call for reflection and unity. As we step into this new era, let's pause for a moment to reflect on how far we've come. From centuries-old traditions to the hopes we carry into the future, our shared faith continues to shine as a light in the darkness. Don't forget to subscribe to God Always for more inspiring stories and unforgettable moments in Church history.